All right, today we're looking at the Samsung TL210 DualView camera. Now, you might have seen this before. It was really popular a few months ago when it came out. It was the best-selling camera that Samsung has ever made, and this is the update. So before there was the TL205, this is the TL210, and some awesome new features have come along. Not to mention a nicely little bit better lens. It has a 5x optical zoom, 12.2 megapixel. It's still the same sensor, but it does have a cool new features. One feature that kind of is gone, and they did it for very good reason, is that it's no longer a touchscreen on the back. Now that was kind of cool, but it was also kind of annoying, and they fixed that by getting rid of it. Now basically it has a whole new interface. Now I'm gonna turn this thing on so that you can see the lens there. This is actually a 5x optical zoom. If you were to convert this to 35mm equivalent, it's a 27 to 135 millimeter equivalent. As you can see there, the maximum aperture is f3.5 at the wide end, and it goes all the way to 5.9 in the full end telephoto lens. Now, it's got a 3-inch LCD. This is actually one of those smart view LCDs that automatically adjusts the brightness depending on the outside. If you're indoors or outdoors, it's going to dim or brighten the screen accordingly. It's going to save you a little bit of battery. 230,000 dots, and just like the TL205, you do have the front screen as well. Now there is a difference though, is that before you had to tap the front screen to get it on, and it didn't always work as easy as you wanted to. Now, right up here at the top, front LCD button, a dedicated front LCD button. Very, very cool. Now granted, it was kind of neat before to tap it, but this works so much better. And I can tell you from personal experience, I took the TL205 with me to Japan, and I can tell you this is much, much better. So absolutely love it. It's a 1.5 inch in the front, plus the 3 inch in the back. Now this thing also takes H.264 720p HD video, so you don't need to worry about having a video camera if you have this with you. You basically stick it into movie mode, and you have 720p HD video, which is absolutely incredible. Now, I want to show you real quick where all the buttons are and go through the menus with you. Lots of cool features. So we'll start at the top. Your front LCD button right there, like we mentioned earlier, power button, and then your zoom control, telephoto, wide, as well as the shutter releaser right there on the top. On the front, there is a flash and a little LED here for focus assist. Now moving to the back, here is your main control dial. Very cool interface. I love the fact that they got rid of the touchscreen. They do a really good job. So I'll start you off. Right now you're in video mode. You can see there 1280 by 720, high quality, 30 frames per second. That's the evaluative metering. You can adjust all the settings in the video manually if you so desire, so that's kind of cool. Next we will go to Smart Auto. Smart Auto is going to pick the scenes for you. Just like you have scene modes, the Smart Auto picks between all the different scenes and does it all automatically for you. Auto is just a very simple photo version, minimizes all the settings and basically just does everything automatic. Now, program is when you want to get more control. This lets you control the metering system, the autofocus. It lets you control the exposure by controlling the shutter speed and the ISO and the aperture, etc., etc. So when you're in program mode, you can change just about everything. If you want to just go into menu, you're going to see that up here when you're in shooting, all the different options are here: photo size, quality, exposure compensation, ISO, white balance, face detection, all this stuff. You can change all this. The metering, you can add filters to it, you can adjust the images. There's a ton of stuff you can do with the optical image stabilizer as well. You can record voice. So basically program mode gives you all the features. Now the next mode is the dual image stabilization mode. Basically turns on both versions of IS on this camera. Now, this camera has a digital IS and then it has a lens IS, so it's an optical and a digital. So this is going to turn on both of them. Basically when you're anything choppy or shaking in a car, it'll work for that. As you can see, I'm going to point it at my face here, and what I'll do is I'll show you how the IS works. I'm going to go ahead and point it on my face, zoom in a little bit, and let's see here. I'm not really good at doing this backwards and upside down. All right, so there I am. I'm taking up the whole frame. I'm going to shake the camera, and you're going to see that it's kind of only going right and left instead of up and down. It's stabilizing itself. So even though I'm shaking the camera, the image is staying about the same. It's going to give you a sharper image, especially in low light. It's going to look a little bit better, give you sharper images, and then on top of that, it's going to just remove any blur that you're going to get. Now, next mode, right over here, we're going to go to the perfect portrait or the beauty shot mode. Incredible little mode here. What it does basically is that it uses the It's pretty much called the Smart Portrait System, but it gives you a bunch of cool features. First of all is the beauty shot. This is going to fix all the skin tones, make them all nice and smooth, remove blemishes, but on top of that, you can do red eye removal in the camera. You can do blink detection, where it automatically basically is going to detect a blink and then let you know that, hey, someone blinked, you need to take the picture again. It can also have a smile timer, where basically as soon as it sees a timer, it's going to automatically take the photo for you, which is really cool. And there's even child mode. If you've seen the old TL205, basically the child mode puts a little clown face up here on the front and puts a little music so that the child laughs, and then boom, you take the picture when he smiles, and you can take an automatic instant child's photo. Very, very easy. Also, countdown timer on the front is another cool mode for the Smart Portrait. Basically, if you're holding the camera out, taking a picture of you and all your friends, it's going to give you a timer so that they know when the camera's going to go off. Or you can also, of course, set it to the smile timer, and then it'll just go off whenever they smile. And then the new feature that comes to the TL210 that wasn't on the TL205 is the couple shot. Basically, you'll take a picture of you and your girlfriend and or boyfriend, wife, whatever. You can basically go ahead and kind of frame yourself in the picture, turn that mode on, and what it's going to do is that when you turn towards each other, when you tilt your heads towards each other, it's going to take the photo. So that's the couples shot mode. Very, very cool. We're going to keep going on. Next one over is the low light mode or night mode. Basically, is going to crank up the ISO, slow down the shutter speed significantly. So basically, you're going to have to hold it very, very still, or put it down, put it on a tripod, etc. And that's going to let you get some really nice low light pictures. And then finally is the scene mode, which lets you pick your scenes. So there you go. If you want to do a frame guide, it's going to help you compose the image, portraits, landscapes, close-ups, text, etc., etc. Go through all these different scenes, and it's going to automatically adjust the settings so you get the best image possible in that particular scene. And that's basically it as far as the control dial goes. I'll show you the menu real quick. There's not a huge ton of stuff in here. I'm actually going to put it to program, and then I'm going to go to menu, and I'll show you everything that's in the menu. So first of all, shooting, you already saw what was in there, all the stuff you can change, the metering and the ISO and the white balance and all that good stuff. But next we're going to go down to sound, because you can change a bunch of things there. Volume, the start sound, you can turn it off if you don't like it. The shutter sound, you can change it. The beep sound, you can change it. The children's sound, you can also change it. So when it's playing that little clown in the front to make the kids smile and it's playing the music, you can change it as well in case they don't like it. Next we'll go down to display. Again, you can change all the settings for the display, including the brightness, and do the quick view. You can turn it to power safe so that it turns off after, let's say, 5 seconds or 10 seconds or 15 seconds. You get to decide what you want to do. And then finally, these are the other settings. These let you format your card, automatically turn the camera off, set the time and date, time zones, etc., and also control your file numbers. So basically, if you wanted to start taking pictures and naming them 0001, 0002, or if you want to do birthday 1, birthday 2, you basically can do whatever you want, and it's going to automatically number your files in that order. And that's basically it. Very cool little camera. A couple other features that are kind of interesting. It does have on the side here an HDMI and a mini USB. So if you want to hook these up to a big television, you can. It also features PictBridge, so if you want to hook it up to a printer, it can automatically print right off. That's kind of a standard that a lot of things have nowadays, a lot of digital cameras have. And that's it. There you go. You basically have it there. Very, very nice camera. They did do a lot of thinking. They sold so many of the last one. They learned a lot from feedback from their customers, and they made just very minor little changes, but it's totally worth it. Having dealt with the TL205 for a while, I loved it. I thought it was a great camera, but this is significantly better. Also, I don't know if you can see, but right here in the middle, there is a kind of like an incline right here, and that helps you hold the camera steady when you're composing shots of yourself, so that's very unique as well, and that's something that wasn't on the TL205 either. So that's basically it. The TL210, awesome camera. If any questions, email me, and I'll see you guys next time. For more information on the Samsung TL210 DualView digital camera, type in S203-2954 into any major search engine.